coming up to 9 o'clock and welcome to RANsquawk's EU morning briefing for Tuesday the 18th of August 2009. Quick check around the markets and a recap of the overnight news and where we stand at the moment. Bit of a turnaround from yesterday at the moment. Stocks in Europe were up just under 1%. Turning around from obviously those hefty losses we saw across the global equities yesterday. In particular, the Nikkei finished up 0.2%. And the Shanghai Composite also finishing up over 1% today after a 5.8% fall yesterday. In terms of that's weighing on fixed income. We are trading lower in T-notes and bunds. However, gilts sitting still a little higher. We do have a second of the week reverse auction a bit later on this afternoon. So just taking a look then in terms of the actual overnight news. Firstly, starting off with the US, a couple of pieces worth noting. The US economy is probably due for 2 strong quarters of economic growth to close out 2009, but the recovery may falter next year, according to the former Federal Reserve Chairman Alan Greenspan overnight. And elsewhere, according to the Fed's Senior Loan Officers Survey, banks tightened lending in the quarter through June. Banks cite more uncertain economic outlook and reduced tolerance for risk. The Fed says that banks foresee tight lending into the second half of 2010 and report deteriorating credit quality. Furthermore, according to the Fed, demand declined for all loan types except prime mortgages. However, on the flip side, the US Treasury did report late yesterday evening that new loans by top banks did rise 12.7% in the month of June. Looking elsewhere, worth noting, in the minutes for the August policy meeting, the Australian Central Bank overnight said that they believe interest rates will have to rise from record lows as the economy rebounds. But they are worried an early move could shake consumer confidence and scupper a recovery. At the moment though, Aussie dollar and all the Aussie crosses are trading higher with a bit of uptick in risk appetite this morning with the dollar index in minor negative territory. That's also prompted commodities WTI crude futures to pare back some of the hefty losses from yesterday. We're currently trading now back up towards the $67.50 mark, up around 75 cents or so, coming up to 9 o'clock. Taking a look elsewhere on the equity front, as already mentioned, we're up around 1% at the moment. In a sector basis, it's pretty much a turnaround, a reverse of yesterday, with defensive stocks underperforming, such as healthcare, with financials and basic materials the best performing sectors thus far. In particular, HSBC, they're the leading gainer in the FTSE 100. They were the recipient of an upgrade to buy from Neutral and Goldman Sachs this morning. Individually, they're up around 2.8%. Looking ahead then towards today's schedule, at 9:30 we'll get the latest UK CPI numbers. At 10 o'clock we've already seen some rumours already this morning of a possibly stronger ZEW survey number out of Germany. Consensus has expected a headline of 45. We'll see that number officially released at 10 o'clock London time. 1:30 today from the US will be the July PPI numbers alongside housing starts and building permits from the US. Then we'll get the API crude numbers after market. With fixed income, we'll be eyeing around €1 billion worth of supply coming in from Ireland this morning in the form of a 2014 and 2018 bond tap. And as already mentioned, we'll have the reverse auctions at Bank of England usual time. Results around 2:45 to 3 o'clock. Finally, just to cap things off in terms of US corporate earnings, obviously pretty much coming to an end now in terms of the Q2 season. But we'll be looking out pre-market for Cardinal Health, Home Depot, Target and TJX companies, as well as Hewlett Packard. They're due after market today.